The 2024 Chevrolet Equinox EV is the $30,000 electric SUV you might actually consider buying with up to 300 miles of range, optional AWD, and a bargain base price. This compact electric SUV aims to take EVs mainstream. The 2024 Chevrolet Equinox EV is gunning to silence protests that electric vehicles are excessively expensive. When it goes on sale in the fall of 2023, the Equinox EV will offer minimized SUV interior space, up to 300 miles of range, and discretionary all-wheel drive, and a beginning price around $30,000. Chevy isn't yet looking at valuing in any more detail than that, however it's a large enough case to qualify as a metaphorical mic drop. That base price will make the Equinox EV large number of dollars cheaper than adversaries like the Ford Mustang Mach-E, base price $44,995 for 2022, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, $41,245, the Kia EV6, $42,695, the Volkswagen ID.4, $38,790, and the Tesla Model Y, $69,440, and just insignificantly more expensive than Chevy's maturing Bolt EV hatchback. Chevy's price advantage is fueled by GM's modern May in the way that, for better and for worse, the organization has an intimate knowledge of parts sharing. The Equinox EV is based on the BEV3 architecture that likewise underpins the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq and the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV. It is powered by the organization's Ultium batteries and engines, which drive everything from the 2022 GMC Hummer EV to the Cruise Origin self-driving shuttle, and will likewise share components, for example, the steering wheel, seat frames, and the infotainment screen with the Blazer EV and the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV. This plan permits GM to reap economies of scale quicker as consumer reception of EVs increase. Undercutting the competition isn't exactly a new strategy for a Chevrolet EV. However long people have been grousing that electric vehicles are excessively expensive, Chevy has been quietly rebutting the argument. In 2013, the Spark EV city vehicle launched with a sticker price below $20,000 after a federal tax reduction. The aforementioned Chevrolet Bolt EV arrived in 2016 with essentially more interior space and range for less than $30,000 after government spiffs. Also, today, while pretty much every other vehicle has become more expensive, the 2023 Bolt EV has seen its base price slashed to simply $26,595. You can take those vehicles as confirmation that the reason EVs haven't taken over our streets yet isn't based on price alone. That's what the problem is. As of not long ago, affordable electric vehicles have been excessively little, or have lacked the range, or have left out key features, or have looked too dweeby. Unfortunately, take a gander at the Bolt, to capture the attention of most new vehicle buyers. The key question then is, does the 2024 Chevrolet Equinox EV try not to repeat those mistakes? The Equinox's low beginning price will purchase a front-wheel drive First Lieutenant trim really great for 210 horsepower, 242 pounds-to-foot of torque, and an estimated 250 miles of range. Moving up to a larger battery pack will support the range to around 300 miles, while all-wheel drive versions, which are just offered with the enormous battery, ought to deliver 280 miles per charge. The all-wheel drive model's extra engine additionally lifts the absolute result to 290 horsepower and 346 pounds-to-foot of torque. Contrasting comparative models, the Ford Mustang Mach-E makes something like 56 more horsepower than the Equinox EV, however presumably at a serious price premium. At DC quick charging stations, the Equinox EV adds 70 miles of range in under 10 minutes while accepting as much as 150 kilowatts of power. That is an improvement over the Bolt EV and Bolt UV, which maximize at 55 kilowatts, yet it misses the mark regarding the 250 kilowatt peak of the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6. At home, the standard 11.5 kilowatt level 2 charging will add 34 miles for every hour plugged in, while the top trim 3RS model can be upgraded to 19.2 kilowatt ability, which raises the rate to 51 miles per hour. On the off chance that you compare the base Equinox EV to a Bolt EV on price and powertrain specs alone, you could imagine the newer vehicle as a step in reverse. The Bolt EV currently offers 262 miles of range for about $3,500 less than the Equinox's promised beginning price. Be that as it may, in range and dollars, the Equinox EV reflects the price of style. The base model rolls on 19-inch wheels, and 20 and 21-inch wheels are available. And keeping in mind that beauty is in the eye of the internet commentariat, the Equinox's extents essentially are less phone corner-like than the tall and limited Bolts. The Equinox EV is longer and wider than the internal combustion crossover that it shares a name with, yet the EV's lower roofline means the electric Equinox has less freight space with the rear seats folded. There's no front trunk in the CEV, either. Matt Purdy, worldwide chief engineer of electric vehicles at GM, says that any frunk would have been minuscule, as the inverter mounts directly on top of the engine in GM's Ultium parts pack. That's what he says. When asked in facilities about this extra freight space, most customers say they aren't willing to pay what Chevy would have to charge to manage out the underhood compartment. The meager light bar connecting the front blinkers is included on everything except the base model. Alongside the tail lights, these front lights put on and act as you approach with the key or report the battery's status as the vehicle charges. The two-tone paintwork seen in the photographs is discretionary. LT trims can be had with white rooftops, while the sportier RS trims can be painted with a dark rooftop. RS models likewise include a level base steering wheel and the choice of a dark interior with red sewing or an adrenaline red interior. An 11.0-inch digital instrument cluster comes standard along with an 11.0-inch infotainment screen that can be upgraded to a 17.7-inch unit in select trims. Super Cruise, GM's impressive hands-free driver assistance system that works on more than 400,000 miles of pre-mapped US and Canadian highways, is optional. Other upgrades include a head-up display, Bose stereo, rear-view camera mirror, 360-degree camera, and heated rear seats. While it will launch in fall 2023 with a limited edition RS trim, Chevy is promising that it will produce a variety of trim levels at a range of price points in the first year of production. That's an important point to make, because while a low price point earns headlines, electric vehicles will only win over most buyers when they beat gas alternatives on price while offering similar or better ownership experience. If Chevy is serious about keeping the price in check on the Equinox EV, this could be one of the first EVs to trigger a tidal wave of change.